Welcome back, guys. So, a couple days ago, I got my first troll slash hater. Not only am I super excited to hit this first milestone, but the comment in question was perfect for my next installment in my coronavirus series, which is that Trump is not the enemy. So, if you can see past the explicitive, the general critique was that Trump got rich off his father's tax breaks. Passing over the fact that I don't recall mentioning Trump at all in my last video. I would have to respond to this by saying, who cares? Seriously, who gives a crap? So he had parents that cared enough to teach him the values necessary to become more successful and wealthy than they were. That's what all parents should be doing for their kids. Not always to that degree, of course, that's not necessary. But if you can do it to that degree for your kids, great. That's what you should be doing. Now, as far as taxes go, the top 1% pays 40% of the federal income taxes in this nation, while the bottom 50 pays only 3%. Now, in my opinion, there should be a flat percentage rate for federal taxes, and the individual state should control the rest of it. However, even if you disagree with the tax policy, that is not the fault of law-abiding wealthy people. That's you disagreeing with the tax policy. And that's you being greedy, lazy, and or envious of what they have without wanting to work for it. And that's just wrong. But back to Trump. Okay, so on the left, I'm hearing people complain that he didn't take this seriously soon enough and that it's all his fault because he disbanded the pandemic office in the White House that Obama set up earlier. There's people on the right talking about not voting for him or staying home and not voting at all because he's a liar and a betrayer. And all of that's just complete ridiculousness in my opinion. To the leftists, did you expect him to take this seriously at the beginning? Who took this seriously at the beginning? Did you expect Trump to believe the media outright at face value when they've been writing hit pieces on him since he announced his running for president, especially this close to the election? Come on now, guys. And as far as the disbanding of the pandemic office, that is an unnecessary expense 99% of the time. That's what enacting the Stafford Act is for. That's what Congress and passing a stimulus bill is for. That is what executive orders are for. And he's done most, if not all of that already. So I guess I don't know what you want him to do at this point. He's trying his best, but the American workers and American health first. And no, just because he wants the economy up and running again as soon as possible does not mean he's calling for all old people to sacrifice themselves to the coronavirus, as this meme seems to suggest. And to those on the right, calling him a liar and a betrayer. Again, what is he supposed to do? He's juggling two different things here. He's not mandating anything. He's not called for martial law. He's just communicating guidelines that the medical experts he's listening to are telling him that are best. Now, I don't think the numbers that we're hearing thus far warrants all this, but again, we don't know what classified information he's privy to that we're not. And as far as the stimulus bill goes, as a conservative, I'm worried about how we're going to get paid. We're going to pay that back if we're going to drown in taxes and rent increases and property taxes and all the rest of it. But at least he's trying to get us relief in a time of need. And this is more than and faster than the government has moved in God knows when. So I don't understand what your problem is there with him. So let's be conservatives, even in times of despair or hardship, you guys. If this is really what's going to make or break your vote, and you're going to stay home or vote third party, God forbid a Democrat gets into office, that's going to be on you. That's going to be on the conservatives who are petty enough to vote for somebody else or stay at home because they don't like one thing Trump's done in all his 4 years in office. And that's just a betrayal, I think, on your part, not on Trump's. And as far as, trying to get financially through this, get a job. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of essential businesses that are struggling to meet demand that they're hiring. They're desperate. Get a job or two. If you're a business owner and you can move your services online, do that. There's lawyers and doctors and a whole bunch of professionals that have moved their services online long before the coronavirus. It might help your business out in the long run with technology being what it is. If you can't do that, if you serve food, for example, move it to a delivery and or pickup. Do what you have to do. Get a couple of jobs again in the essential business sectors. Do something conservative. Do something helpful. Stop whining because that's not attractive on the left or on the right. So that's the end of this episode. Let's just sum up. Trump's not to blame. Rich people aren't to blame. China is to blame. The media has some part to play in the blame game, and as well as the Democrats in power. Also, your attitudes aren't helping, left or right. Just be decent human beings, guys, and don't be like that troll I got. As excited as that got me, that's gonna get old after a while. All right, see y'all next time.